Hey everybody, Michael here. I thought I would pop in and provide a quick update on this PS5 HEN that has been floating around today. So here it is, finally we've got it, a Homebrew Enabler for the PlayStation 5 that supports 1.00 all the way up to 4.51 that is based on the Hypervisor exploit chain. So if we scroll down into the project here, we can see over in the README that it says that this defeats the Hypervisor on firmware 4.51 and under and supports for homebrew in PS4 fake package games. Now for these supported firmwares, all of the 1s, 2s, 3s, and 4s, and obviously you can grab it right here if you just want to download it. Also, it looks like if you look over in the releases, you can grab it from the assets over here. But continuing on with the project page here, it does state how can I use this. So it says download the payload from the button above. Go ahead and get your ELF loader running. So again, by running your UMTX2 jailbreak, which is probably what most people is going to be doing, or Y2JB. And then after that, you're going to close the application and then send the HEN payload using SOCAT. So if you are trying to use this with things such as Netcat GUI here, this will not work. I tried it and was unsuccessful. So go ahead and copy this down somewhere because you're going to be needing this in just a second. Now, if we look into the changelog here, we can see that the version that just came out today is just the initial version of the HEN. So this one is not going to do very much. It does state that it allows PS4 fake packages to be run, and that it also has minimum hypervisor patches, and that firmware 3.10 has been untested. Like with anything, there's always going to be some known issues here. So rest mode doesn't work, as well as there is some crashing after launching multiple PS4 fake package files. So yeah, this is just going to be a very early look at it. So what I recommend doing is to just come over here and download this version of SOCAT. Yes, this thing was uploaded 11 years ago. I've been using it and it works perfectly well with all of my projects as well as this one. So what I recommend that you do is just to download this entire repo here, and then you will just extract it, and then you'll have an executable right here that we will run at the command line. So when I extracted out that package, obviously here is all of the files, and the only other one that I added in manually was the PS5-HEN.elf, which will just make pasting that command a lot easier. Now that you've done that, just come right up here and type in CMD and press enter, and you should be in a working folder here that you can go ahead and run the SOCAT command. Now let's go ahead and switch back over to our PS5 and get jailbroken. Okay, so I just powered up my PlayStation 5 4.03 system here, so I'm going to go ahead and get jailbroken. Now I'm a big fan of UMTX2 with these very lower firmware, such as this one right here being at 4.03. Now let's go ahead and hit the jailbreak button here, and in just a second it will have our ELF loader, and now our ELF loader is waiting on port 9021. Make a note of the IP address of your PS5, as you're going to need that in just a moment. Okay, so over in our command prompt where we left off, I just went ahead and typed in this SOCAT command here. Now the only thing you're going to want to do differently is, of course, add in your PS5's IP address here. And well, if you followed everything else according to plan, you should just be able to go ahead and press enter here, and you will see all kinds of things that is happening over here in the command prompt. So we can see it is going through a couple of different stages here. So we've got stage 0 discovery, and we are currently at stage, actually it has already completed here. So let's go ahead and check the PS5 and see what it said on the screen there. Okay, we can see that it said welcome to PS5 HEN version 1.3, PlayStation 5 firmware is at 4.3, and that this is by Spectre Dev and a couple of other developers there. So we're going to go ahead and just begin by getting back to our home screen here, and we should have debug settings. So right there we go. We have our debug settings. So the first thing that I want to do is to try to install a fake game. So here is Doom of 1993, the PlayStation 4 version. We've got a base and we've got an update. So let's go ahead and get both of these installed, and then we'll go and take a look at them. Okay, and it looks like now it has been updated and ready to play. Let's go ahead and go over here to information, and right there we're on version 1.08. So I'm going to press X here, and right there you go. And there we go. We got our title screen, and I'm just going to go ahead and press X a couple times, and we'll go to single player. And just like we did, I think, a couple of videos ago, we will just go ahead and launch and play in Doom just for a second. Okay, so this is very, very cool. So if we come back over here, I am wondering how well would this work with existing homebrew that was already on the system. So let's go over to the game library here, and let's go over to PS5 Explorer, and let's go play game. Okay, so yeah, it looks like this won't work, and so if that one is not working, then our PS4 games probably won't work as well. So let's try Shinobi, and yeah, that one's not working. And we'll also just try Contra, since I keep that one on here. So yeah, it looks like you would at least have to go ahead and install those packages yourself, at least with my very initial early playing with this. Now, I do wonder if we decided to come back over here and maybe close out of the application, go back into the UMTX2 jailbreak, switch over to the WebKit sender only, and then run kstuff here. I wonder if this would get us back up and running. So we can see that PS5 kstuff has been added. And so let's go ahead and go back over to our games, and let's try to launch the PS5 Explorer first. So let's scroll down here, and right there we go. And if we play game now on this, boom, we've got our homebrew applications back up and running. Now, I know what you're thinking here, and that is that by adding kstuff, we basically just overwrote what we're trying to do, because with the hypervisor, we won't have to use kstuff, but at least that is a kind of quick workaround for that. But again, at this point, you probably shouldn't be doing this unless it's just totally for fun. Anyways, thank you so very much for watching, and I'm going to see you on the next one. Michael, out!